In this guide I'll give you a couple of tips that are going to help you tremendously with the bosses in this game. Doesn't matter what the difficulty you're playing on. Let's start with the Oddities guy. Oddities guy is one of the most important NPCs in the game. Reason is that upon collecting oddities that are all around the world map, it's not that difficult to collect them. You can bring them back to him and he's going to boost your character quite a bit. Every time you bring a couple of oddities, there's an upgrade in it for you. Either HP, endurance or whatever else upgrade. By going all the way to the right of the tree, there's going to be a bronze bell charm. This is important for world bosses. If you want to make the world bosses easier, you need to acquire this bronze bell charm and then bring it to this exact location and ring the bell. By ringing the Demoncalm bell, bosses are going to become easier. World bosses, not the campaign ones. Next tip is to get every type of gear to maximum level before fighting the boss. This is vastly important because bosses scale with player's level. If your level is 33, bosses are also going to be 33. If you're 36, boss is also going to be 36. The only way to counter that is to upgrade gear and martial arts. You can also upgrade mystic arts, but it's more important to upgrade gear and martial arts. Problem is that every time you do a breakthrough, then at that point in time when you get to the next world level, you are the weakest thing in that whole world, because your gear is not upgraded. Problem is that at that point in time you might not even have the gear to match the character level. To make the process of acquiring new gear and completing sets faster, go to the season shop and buy a couple of gear chests, or just farm it in the world. In order to upgrade your gear easier, go to this Peddler and he's going to have lots of resources that are required to upgrade weapons, armor and accessories. Then there's the matter of healing potions. In order to increase healing potion capacity, we need to obtain medicinal tails. Medicinal tails can then be used in Evercare Clinic, which is in Blissful Retreat, to upgrade the potion capacity and also the potion efficiency. Medicinal tails can be farmed by completing lost chapters and outposts for the first time. There's limited amount of them that can be obtained in one area, so if you are done doing lost chapters and outposts in one area, move to another area and then farm them there. I would also advise going to this location and completing the healing quest. By completing this quest we unlock the healer profession. By unlocking the healer profession we can upgrade the healer profession itself, which also unlocks recipes for upgraded medicines. Level 20 medicine like wound balm, level 30 medicine, level 40 and so on. This is very important because the very first medicine that you have is not going to be good enough against the later bosses, because it doesn't heal as much and you are going to have much more health at that time, so you need something that can heal a lot better. Now moving on to a crucial gameplay tip for the bosses. This is something that I didn't figure out until too late. I've completed first two bosses on Legendary without this mechanic, which made them a lot tougher. Basically you have to play this game as Sekiro. That means using the parry. At the beginning the game really doesn't explain this well because it just says you can counter the red charging moves with the parry. But actually parry is the most effective defensive method in the game, by far. It's unfortunately poor design by the developers to make the game so, because it's an action RPG and yet only one playstyle is focused so much. This is why you might be struggling with bosses the most, by not utilizing parry enough. I'll demonstrate now why parry is so important. In this example I'm gonna use skills and then try to animation cancel them in order to be able to block or dodge enemies' quick retaliation. As you can see, block and dodge trigger only after the skill is completed. With block and dodge we can cancel out light and heavy attacks, but we cannot cancel out skill attacks with block and dodge. However, if we use parry in the middle of a skill attack, then it will attack cancel. Due to how poorly the bosses are designed, meaning they just rotate and spam patterns all over the place with lots of AoE as well, with a bunch of instant attack animations and quick retaliations, this is the only way to actually counter them properly. Otherwise, you are going to get stuck way too often in their attack animations and then won't be able to do a goddamn thing about it. After these tips, success should come much easier against these bosses. Hope this video helps a bit. Thank you for watching and see you soon.
三千爱护。